game. Again, Barfaki, thank you very much for the donation. Do let me know which colour bauble you would like, and I'll add you to the tree after this game, as we have down to the bottom left-hand side of the map. From Splice Gaming. Is it Splice Gaming? Is it Splice Esports? I'm not 100% sure, and I feel it's just like from Splice. From Splice! It is Solar, our blue Zerg player. And to the top right-hand side of the map, our red Zerg player is going to be the one and only Dark. Talked a little bit about the rivalry between Dark and Solar, and I mean, you got to admit, it's pretty darn true, right? Like, we're talking about these guys. They were SSL finalists. They are cross-season finalists. SSL finalists, cross-season finalists. They've played in the Leifeng Cup after that. Now they're playing again. They've played so much lately. Thank you very much, Takosuff, for the Cheer 1, Cheer 2, Cheer 3. Today we learn to count with cheers. Live on WardiTV. Cheer 20. He hate not being on the list. Thank you very much, Takosuff, for the cheers. Blue or silver one? Blue or silver? Okay, I'm gonna dig deep. And pull one out. Thank you very much, Takosuff, for the cheer 25. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. What comes out of the box? It's a blue one. Well, green one. Green, blue. Same thing. You guys know what we mean. Okay, so hatch gas pool from both players here in the early ZvZ. I'll sort out that bauble later. As we set up into this and just look to see what's going to be going on. So, Overlord is going in here early. I mean, nothing really too exciting. Super early on in the ZvZ. Just wait for this to get set up and get rolling over the next few minutes. A couple of queens on the way up from both players. So, a couple of queens coming up on either side of the map. And, yeah, just waiting to see exactly what the players are going to decide to do here in the next few minutes. Are we going to see some Ling Bane action, straight to Roaches, any fast lair play? So many different possibilities here as we set up into game number 1. Especially on a map like Daybreak. It's a weird one because you can take 3 bases early, but it's also, you know, fairly right natural expansion to run into. You can, fairly easy to hit 3rd base as well with multiple attack paths in. So you can do anything. You can be aggressive, you can defend. You know, take your pick. Play what you like. You can literally do whatever here on Daybreak. We're going to be seeing Dark with the Baneland speed. Baneland S, sorry, not Baneland speed. That'd be insane. 3-minute Baneland speed. So sick. 3-minute Baneland S coming down, so he's just going to set that up while Solo goes straight to the 3rd hatchery. Very possible, as yeah, Dark takes the 3rd hatch of his own. I was going to say very possible we see basically the same build, just slightly different orders, where Solo will get the Bane Nest now, so he goes 3rd hatch, Bane Nest, and Dark does like a bit of a safer play, which is Bane Nest, 3rd hatch. That said, no Bane Nest just yet from Solo, as he does start to make a few Zerglings. So setting up towards this, and just starting to make those first few Lings. 18 Lings now on the way, so he's actually going to get very aggressive. While still just building up his gas at home. Maybe a Roach-based follow-up because of the amount of gas which he's just starting to bank here. Might just be he doesn't want to spend his money on the... maybe he doesn't want to spend his money right now on the... you know, on the kind of bit on the Baneland Nest because he wants to spend all the minerals on the Lings. Dope. He's going to be a Roach-Ron. So Roach-Ron coming down. Lots of Ling Bane coming in from Dark, though. So Dark's actually going to have some units of his own. He's actually already morphed in a couple up this top side, so that's going to catch Solo a bit off guard, maybe. And it'll allow him to have a very quick counter-attack here. There's going to be seeing these Lings coming forwards, and Dark looking to see what's up as well, what's going to be happening. You'll see these feelings going down south as Solo just comes around himself to sort of see where he can go. These two Banes are just going to wait until he gets the chance to counter-attack. And oh, Solo runs into a Balen to begin with. Well, that's a great start from Dark. So many Lings of Solo going down. And Dark will immediately counter-attack, I think. And with Ling Bane against just Lings, Roach is on the way. Actually, Dark has a lot of potential to just come in and do so much damage here. So here we go. Going to be moving down. And looking to see what's going to be happening as we're going to be seeing a couple of Banes moving forwards. This will help to zone Solo away from the 3rd hatchery, allowing Dark to really just pick his way through this and probably pick up the kill here sooner rather than later, as we're going to see that Roach morphs into a Ravager. He's not going to bother targeting him down just yet. We'll target it once it becomes a Ravager, I guess. Was it really worth making it a Ravager? I don't think so. I think Solo feels the same way, as we're going to be seeing Dark getting rid of Solo's 3rd hatchery. All of this just developing from that huge connection we just saw across the map with the Baneling. Dark putting himself in a great spot here now, as we go into game number 1. The mid-game now. Not really the mid-game. Mid-game is such a weird thing to define, and especially in ZvZ, it can be so awkward. Like, what is the mid-game? What is the early game in ZvZ, you know? What's that point where you say, actually, this game is now the mid-game? Does it even matter? No, it doesn't. Anyways, Roach is on the way up for Stark. He's not going to let this game go on much longer. He knows his advantage right now, and he's going to play with it. He catches 2-3 more Roaches out on the map. I mean, these are kills which just help Dark so much in terms of continuing to take an advantage here. As we're going to be seeing these Lings and Roaches. We'll actually protect the Ravagers morphing in, so it's a nice save from Solar to keep 2 of these Ravagers/Roaches alive. But still, Dark's got so many units moving across the map. He's got a third hatchery against a build-in third hatchery. He's got so much to play with here, as we just see those Roaches actually just going to stack up. Dark not going to show them just yet, waiting a little bit longer before he pulls them across the map. He's actually just going to sit back and wait. Morphing in Ravagers. I'm not going to show these. Still not making any drones, though. Still making Lings. But it's interesting because generally when you have the Ravagers and Roaches, they do take a while to get across the map. So you want to start sending them across as early as possible. You can see them split up a little bit, going in different directions. A Queen towards the third base now of Solar will get picked off, and then Solar will back away once again. We'll send this Baneling forwards, hits 5 or 6 Zerglings. Nice pick up there and well executed kind of connection. Knew that those Lings were going to chase, knew he could turn around and try and get a kill, and he got 5 of them. So as Ling Bane gathers up to the top side, here come the Roaches as well. The Ravagers a little bit late to join the party. They won't be here for a little while as Dark getting set to fight into this very, very soon. Looking to see what he might be able to achieve. As we see some Lings going to come around through the south, now going to move towards the natural expansion. Lings are going to reposition themselves to try and push this away, and already those Lings have to turn back. As again, Roach Bane up to the north side and towards the third hatchery. Going to be happening here in a moment or so. Moving on down, these Lings and Banes coming through, and Ravagers here as well to help out. The Banes are looking to connect onto the Zerglings. As you can see, the Zerglings are still trying to run around. Problem is, the more he runs around with them, the less damage they end up doing overall. And you can just see that Solar is not going to have enough. GG. GG. Now having spliced Solar with the early pool, Zerglings about to pop and about to move across towards the upper right-hand side of the map. And to the top right-hand side, our red Zerg player is going to be going Hatchcast pool. It is Dark here. And he's one game up in this best of 3 after some very aggressive Ling Bane, followed up by a very aggressive Roach-based attack after realizing he'd taken a lead and knowing he could basically just end the game by making Roaches attacking and just doing that. So we're just going to be seeing the few Lings just moving up towards the upper right-hand side of the map. So a few of these Lings just going to be having a little bit of a look to see what they can get done. Obviously, for Solo, if there's an early pool now going up against a, going up against like a decently early like a Hatchcast pool, it's one of the better options. So we'll see how Dark is going to respond to this right now, as Ling's already starting to work the way through the natural expansion. Just nibbling away, trying to get a little bit of damage here in the early stages. So starting to nibble his way through this hatchery. Going to be seeing the hatch about down to about half health. And just going to be seeing it maybe going down. I mean, drones start getting pulled in, but I mean, this isn't even that many drones to fight this many Zerglings. Dark's hatchery is probably going to fall. Solar's just going to commit onto the hatchery towards the end here. Loses 1 Zergling, maybe a second. It does go down. It's just going to be the 2 Zerglings that go down, though. So 2 Lings to cancel the hatchery. Fantastic stuff so far. Solar droning back at home. And will, of course, have his own hatchery now finished as well. Starting up Ling speed also. And Solar's advantage in this game seems to be growing a little bit after a successful early pool has taken down Dark's natural. So good stuff so far from Solar. Still fighting here with these last 3 Zerglings, trading out until the very, very end. Drone goes down. It's a nice little pickup as well. I mean, every little drone advantage you can take is going to be beneficial. And you can see that Solar's going to be another 5 workers popping up momentarily. So good stuff from Solar. And most importantly, again, that hatchery for his is finished. And his opponent's hatchery is still just building up at the moment. Ling speed is about halfway done then, so Ling speed about halfway done as we just see the extractor continue to come down in the main base. So extractor will just finish up and look to see what else is going on. These couple of queens from Solar just moving forwards, having a little bit of a look to see what they can maybe get up to. As you can see, queen on the way from both players still. Yeah, I mean, Queen with 2 queens from Solo are going to be looking for us pick off that Ling, and they're even going to be able to chase this Overlord away. So this Overlord is going to get taken down in a moment or so. And that Overlord does fall, so Queen's going to be able to then again push out creep, and it's just advantages going Solo's way. 15 supply ahead. Looks as though Solo really already has game number 2 well under his, well locked down. Which is nice, because it means we are potentially looking towards a game number 3 of this series, which will be our first third game of the day, even. We haven't had a third game in Lathan Cup earlier. We didn't get a third game in SGL prior to this, in the previous SGL matches we just watched. So that could be where we're headed. Of course, not sure just yet. You never know when some crazy Baneling connections change the game and all in hits and Solar's over-droned. It's possible, it's possible that he loses out somehow, some way. But in general, Solar's in a very good position to move forwards from, so it's going to be seeing these things. It's going to be coming down, and Dark just seeing what's up, seeing what's happening. seeing if he can get anything done, as we're going to be seeing Rotron coming up to being finishing soon. The Evolution Chamber will finish shortly as well. Second Evo Chamber actually from Solo, I guess just wanting to complete the wall off more than anything, as he already starts his +1 missile upgrade. Link speed on the way from me. He actually had link speed start earlier, but he cancelled it to, I guess, you build other things at the time when he just didn't feel as though he needed link speed. Dark right now building 7 roaches. I mean, he put his Rotron down pretty early here, and I guess what he's going to try and do is just go super aggressive with a whole bunch of roaches and try and attack. But obviously for Solar, that's perfect. You know, he wants his opponent to do that. You know, attack me, sure, because you know what? I've got lings. I'm going to be able to make my own roaches. Solar should have more than enough to defend while maintaining a worker supply lead and setting up into a position where he's able to kind of, you know, take an upgrade lead as well. Look at that. He actually cancels the +1 upgrade, starts 2 spine crawlers. Well, Dark actually started to run a little bit behind this now. He has already forced Solar to cancel the 3rd hatchery as well, which means Dark's got some advantages to fall back on if he can catch up in the drones while pressuring the front here. So this is going to be interesting. He'll start picking away, and you know, for now, Solar actually is not going to have roaches up. He's not going to have +1 roach attack as an advantage. So yeah, Solar's going to lose a couple of his advantages that he did have a few moments ago. He probably could have got away with keeping the +1, but of course he doesn't know that. He just wants to make sure he'll have enough to be able to defend this, as this Roach Roaring is about halfway done. He's going to continue taking a little bit more damage and is going to drop here now. So Roach Roaring falling, he has to start another one of these. This Evo Chamber, I guess that's the issue as well, right? If he left the +1 up, it probably would have just got picked away at by the by these roaches. We're just going to see. Look at this. Really smart. What he's doing is he's actually just leaving these buildings up so that he can take them all down at the same time, I guess. Tries to run on through here. Solar has a lot of units, though. Look at this. Solar runs out. He's going to surround this, and his roach and ling count is just so high. All of a sudden, Dark is realizing that he's outstayed his welcome. Roaches are dropping left, right, and center, and this ling roach army is just going to do so much so quickly. And Solar is going to clean up Dark's army. No problem at all. Boom, just like that. Solar actually, and then keeps his Evo Chamber alive, his Rotron alive, starts the +1 attack on this right-hand Evolution Chamber. Probably would have been nice if he kept this, put it on this one with a bit more health, but man, you know, we're going to see these lings coming forwards once again here. Solar, I can't believe it. I love what Dark was doing, leaving the Evos alive so the Broodlings come out, you know, all at the same time, and he backs away. But in the end, it backfires because he doesn't take down anything at all, and Solar just does so much. As we're going to be seeing these lings trying to get rid of a hatchery or so. Anyways, we're just going to be seeing the units from Dark still gathering together, trying to hold on. His 3rd hatchery is going to be in a lot of trouble now. He has got +1 on the way, so he will take an advantage in that regard. And Solar might have to just back away until his own +1 finishes up here, but he will maintain an 8-worker lead. He continues to fight towards the end of this. He's running out of units to tank for him, though. He won't take down the 3rd hatchery. But he's traded very well very recently. He actually has a lot of minerals still in the bank to utilize. Solar and probably needs more lava more than anything else. Yeah, he's not going to have enough lava to spend those minerals. Just a side effect of having not had that 3rd hatchery for so long in this game. So again, a couple of queens, these lings gathering together on the front 2 spine crawlers. Lings or roaches gathering up from Dark and set to see what they can get up to as well in the very near future. Roach speed is about 40% of the way done. We'll be finishing up very soon, as again, lings and roaches seeing what's up and seeing what's happening. Use a few lings to be chasing once again against those couple of lings from Dark. So lings getting chased down. Solar, I think, again, has sort of established a very good position for himself. I mean, yes, he's a bit behind on +1, but he should have it in time to help defend him here. And also, he's going to have the roach speed. He has a lair up, so that's an advantage that Dark will not be able to utilize unless he starts a lair sometime soon, which is probably not going to happen because I feel as though Dark's pretty all in right now. Losing Overlords, though, it's going to mean that he's going to get into a heavy supply block, can't reinforce as easily as he would like to. And of course, Solar's spine crawlers from earlier are able to come forwards. His roach speed and +1 will finish on these low health buildings. I mean, he could transfuse them over if he needed them to, so he's going to be able to, you know, they're not really as much trouble as I may be making them out to be. Either way, Solar 43 workers to 27, 78 army supply to 66. The upgrades are even, but he also has the roach speed in his favor. And this is just going to be Ling Roach Ravager from Dark, moving down this right-hand side and looking to see what's going to be coming up next. So units getting in position, getting ready to go. Dark has to make a fight at some point in the next few moments, because if he doesn't, he'll very quickly find himself in a lot of trouble as this Overlord just overhead from Solar for now is okay, staying alive. And these roaches of Solar starting to move on forwards, getting ready to come in towards this Ling Roach Ravager army. These lings moving forwards as well. And here we go. The roaches starting their fight here. The Ling Roach Ravager from kind of Dark turns to fight, but I mean, obviously, there just is not enough. You can see this now. The lings go down super quickly due to the +1 upgrades, so they're nowhere near as effective as they were before. And that's going to be GG. Solar takes game number 2. And these games are rolling for you guys again. Very sorry for the issues we had just before with the crash and so on. Very, very sorry. And we obviously want to make that up to you. We won't run ads between the games 2 and 3 like we would have originally done. It's unfortunate. I'll try and fix it again tonight. The positive thing is we've got rid of one of the errors. We got rid of we had a graphics driver error, so we got rid of that one. It's just the other error seems to be persisting, so we'll have another look at that tonight. Try and fix it up once again. As we have to the bottom right side of the map from Splice, it's our blue Zerg player. It is Solar. And Solar is going to be going up against Dark, our red Zerg, at the bottom left-hand side. Coming up after this, Dark, I believe, plays against Maxed before he plays against Hero. And then Hero plays Maxed to close this out with one final PvP. We opened today with a lot of PvP series. And it looks as though we're probably going to have one more to close it out here as well later on today. So it's been a fun one. It's been a really fun day of games. I hope you guys agree. I hope you guys have been having a good time with us here on the channel. We'll be back tomorrow as well. I mean, we've still got like three series left after this game. But tomorrow, Leifeng Cup Group D. Make sure you tune in for that. Zest and Hero will be playing. And that'll be live from... from midday CET. And then we'll actually follow up the Leifeng Cup in the evening at 6:30 PM CET with the WardiTV Team League Season 7 Day 1 as we kick off the event. First event of the season, first matches of the season. Don't miss it. We start with Team Expert taking on Azimba, and then either OSC Root versus G-Play or series from Replayers will be there. So we'll definitely have 2 series for you guys no matter what. We'll just wait on some confirmation still. Overlords passing each other by early. We just saw that a little bit earlier on as players setting up. Hatch first into gas, into pool is the opening from both here in these early stages. And we're just going to be seeing this Overlord moving through the center of the map to see what's going to be going on. Drones come into the right hand side. Nothing too exciting. Newkirk's a bit of an odd one for ZvZ, I suppose. Kind of a large map, but also a lot of counter-attack pathways, so them Ling run-bys can be very frustrating to deal with. Kind of Ling Bane, I guess, can be very powerful because of that. I think it would be surprising if either player kind of skipped the Ling speed on this map, although it is a natural expansion where you could, to some extent, kind of wall off, but then the third hatchery is very open, right? So, third hatch coming down here early from Solar. This time it's going to be the Bin and Nest from Dark, so actually very similar to what we saw in game number 1 on Daybreak. Dark going Ling Bin and Nest, then probably third hatchery. Solar going into the third hatchery, and no Bin and Nest, so... similar stuff so far. Actually, was it? I think Solar actually went into the third hatchery later, and we expected him to drop a bin and nest. I can't remember. Either way, I think this is actually exactly the same. Third hatch comes down anyways from Dark, so we know what we're getting here. Solar will probably just try and go straight up into the roaches once again, I imagine. This time wants to make sure he doesn't run into... Yes, the exact same build from Solar. I think this time he just wants to make sure he doesn't run into a single Baneling and lose kind of 10 plus Zerglings to that, which enables Dark to counterattack, kill the third hatchery. And just take so much of an advantage from that sort of position, you know. As we can see, Solar with the Ling speed will move forwards. 3 Lings against 2 as one of those Banelings from Dark has become a Baneling. And we're just going to be seeing really nice micro. Look at that, keeping that one super low health Zerglin alive. I mean, every single Zerglin will count in this upcoming fight, so that's going to be pretty neat as we're going to be seeing these Lings going up north. We're going to see some Lings from Dark, a Baneling as well. We're going to see what's going on here, and just going to look to reposition slightly, looking to re-engage a little bit. And this Baneling looking to try and connect us behind this. I can't actually see it behind there. That's actually a super sneaky place to hide some of those, some units perhaps, like a Baneling and a ZvZ. That'd be so disgusting. Anyways, we're going to be seeing these Lings moving forwards, and the trade does begin as Solar and Dark engage into each other. At the same time, across the map, a Baneling connects in towards the mineral line, but only one of them. So no real kills taking place, just a lot of damaged workers. More Banelings from Dark coming across as he looks to continue his pressure, but already Dark so far behind in supply. Obviously, Solar is building up into roaches, which is what helps with that. Even if Dark built roaches right now, you know, he's 5 workers down, and his supply just wouldn't catch up to that extent. Dark going to lose his third hatchery as he attacks in towards his opponent's natural, catches one roach on the low ground. Lings and roaches will come on in now. We're going to see what they can trade against, and if he can catch 1 or 2 of these Banelings, that'd be really nice so he can reinforce a little bit more safer with these Zerglings. The Lings and Solar at the same time are not going to get rid of that third hatchery over here. Third hatchery survives, and I'm just going to be seeing the Lings from Dark backing away as well, but the third hatchery is still super low and will fall super quickly. As we are going to be seeing these Lings just collecting together on the third hatch. I'm just going to be seeing that Queen working its way through this Overlord. Again, Lings and Roaches gathering up together. gathering up together and looking to see what is going to be happening over the next few moments. A few more overlords on the way up as well. See this queen continue to pick its way through this overlord right now. So overlord taking a little bit more damage, and maybe seeing these zerglings from Solar coming in to actually pick that off. Is there a response from Dark in time? Solar's actually going to stick around and fight this. He's going to get all of his links surrounded. A very weird decision from Solar. This Dark is going to clean up those zerglings. No worries at all. That was very strange. Solar morphs in a single Ravager. No left from either player. Both players actually very similarly poised right now. Just Solar with 10 more workers than Dark. So Solar again ready to defend, and man, throwing away those lings really costs him quite a lot. As you're going to be seeing this crossbar shot going down, connects onto one of those overlords. And again, lings, roaches, and banes getting ready to move on through here as well in the next few moments. We're going to be seeing roaches and a ravager from Solar. Again, looking to see what's up. Lings going to start moving forwards, and we're going to see these banes thinking about splitting up a little bit, see what damage they can do, as Solar is in a little bit of trouble right now as Dark pushes on through. I mean, Dark has so much left over. Still some zerglings. See all those roach counts getting a little bit lower. I can see once these zerglings disappear, actually Dark being pushed back again as we see the baning going down, and Solar's reinforcements coming in. A few lings of Solar left over, and a couple of roaches going down here, and it's just Solar with enough to move through these lings and then commit onto the roaches. Nice corrosive foul, cancels the Ravager morphed in from Solar. And that's a nice little play from Dark, but he's still 10 workers down. He hasn't really done damage with this. And Solar's just going to continue picking off. Cancels the Ravager of Dark as well. That's huge. You know, the less of those are in the game, the easier it is to keep on engaging for yourself. As you can see, those roaches keeping on trading. I'm just going to be seeing the roaches from Solar continue to push across over to the left-hand side of the map. I'm just going to be seeing a lair coming down from Solar. So he begins to tech on up. He's very confident to tech on up. That worker lead starting to shine through in certain ways in this game. So worker lead starting to show itself right now as we see the lings and roaches gathering still from Solar. I'm just going to pull back over towards the third hatchery here. Queen on the way up as well from Dark, and again just going to be seeing a lair. About halfway done, an extractor coming up on the natural, an Evo chamber as well, plus one upgrade is going to be Solar's, you know, going to be what Solar has his eyes on. While Dark, he started 3 more drones, but after 3 more drones he's just making units once again. He's just going to go for another wave of an attack. It would really seem so. No lair, no Evo chamber, no way to kind of attack on up. And we are just going to be continue to set up into this. Lair finishes. Just going to be seeing Roach Feet starting up as well. And again, you can just see Solar starting these upgrades, which are going to be vital to him kind of securing an advantage in this game. And just working on his lead as well, you know. So just continue setting up into this as we wait to see what does come in next. What is the next way of following up? These lings pick off one zergling up to the top side. There's lings and roaches moving around. Bane's going to start morphing in here from Dark as again you just move forward. We're just going to be seeing the couple of Banes getting picked off right away, and well, here we go, another couple of Banes from Dark moving on in. Is there going to be enough right here? Solar doesn't have his upgrades just yet, but he does have an army supply lead. He's gotten rid of the Zerglings pretty quickly already. Pulling back still, he knows that by pulling back towards the Spine Crawler, and just to further reinforcements, he's only going to better his chances at making sure he wins this, rather than maybe thrown away due to a silly little mistake like overcommitting too far forwards. Here we go, the Banes go down, so now the Lings can swoop on in as well, and that's just a little bit of extra tanking. Solar stands in a couple of corrosive files with a single queen, but for the most part, just keeps moving in towards his opponent's army, and you can see that Dark has nothing left at all. GG, Solar takes game number 3, and he will take the 2-1 victory here in the best of 3 in the